Is Gear 5 V1 really that good? Today we're gonna talk about his impact in the current meta, how to actually play him, and a build that works pretty good for him, and who counters him hard, and is it really worth to summon for him? And at the end of the video, I will give you my final verdict for Gear 5 V1. So yeah, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub, give your boy a like, and let's get right into it.
Hey, what's up, my brother?
Alright, so let's hop into his impact first. To be honest, his impact is minimal. Yes, he can counter Zoro and Sanji, but Gear 5 V1 is not enough to take out Zoro and Sanji in the meta. If you think he's just gonna come in and completely wipe them out of league, it's not happening. Zoro and Sanji can still manage Gear 5 V1. So what really happens? What happens is Gear 5 V1 open up the gates for Kizaru and Nusjuro. Since Gear 5 V1 is buffed now, everyone is playing him. Every match you go into, you see a Gear 5 V1. And what does that mean? It means a good chance for Nusjuro and Kizaru out there. They are literally feasting on all these Gear 5 players right now. Well, not just them, but it opens up for a lot of old units to be playable too, which is cool because the meta gets a bit more variety. But his actual solo impact, I think it's pretty minimal since you can just hard counter him with Nusjuro. So, how to actually play him? As Gear 5 V1, overpushing is bad for him. Once he is outside the treasure area, you are cooked. Seriously, do not carry yourself outside the flag because you will get melted hard. Also, there's Nusjuro out there, and for Gear 5 to perform, it's better to stay in your spawn flag and try to hold the nearest flag. Overpushing to C is not a good idea since there's Nusjuro out there that can snap you from their spawn. Like, you will get one tap before you even realize what hit you. Playing Gear 5 V1, you need a good teammate, a good attacker actually, who will take down your counters. Once that happens, you're good to go. But don't get me wrong, you can also stay at C if you look at the map and see you have no counters on the enemy team. In this new Gear 5 V1, you want to lean as a defender but not a runner, even though he is good at capturing. Although you can clutch up some matches if you push and capture in the last few seconds. It really depends on the scenario and the enemy you are dealing with. Play it smart, stay on the flag, and don't bait yourself. It's not the same Gear 5 V1 now. So what is the best build for him? Well, I have tried different build for Gear 5 V1. I have tried the 6 tags build with Kaido set. This is good for survivability, but not good when it comes to damage output. It feels like I don't have any damage to the enemy when using this build. Like, I'm just hitting them and their health bar barely moves. So I tried to use my glass cannon build. I have the attacker, straw hat, paramecian, new world, and some extras in there. It's good, but it feels like he is squishy. So what I did, I tried to balance it out, and I think he needs attack. And to be honest, I tried to compare him to my Kuzan since I build my Kuzan like a glass cannon build, right? I feel like Kuzan is tankier than him even though I'm using the glass cannon build. I'm not sure why, or maybe Kuzan's skills can give him a lot of heals. You can also get a lot of heals when using Gear 5 V1, by the way, but I really feel like he is too squishy, Gear 5 V1, with this build if you don't have defense. So what I did, I used Zoan and Grand Line support plus the glass cannon build in my medals. Is it the best? Well, based in my playstyle, okay, it works pretty good. And in this game, damage is still king, in my opinion. So damage output for me is a must. Well, that is my playstyle. So what if you don't have the Kaido set? What medals are good for him? You can pop damage reduction. If you have it, that works too. And I use triple Luffy and it works also. I might switch to triple Luffy and this glass cannon build from time to time. And I know you have a question, is attack a must for him? Well, not really, to be honest. You can still pop HP and defense on him, or try to split HP to attack or HP attack. It will still work for him as long as you are inside the treasure outside your area and your counter is on point. And take note, his counter is easy to deal with, okay? So be careful and make sure you have the timing. And I think you can still pop a glass cannon build, but you need to get the full defense buff from his trait first. If you are not using the Zoan and Grand Line support tag, by the way. But still, without that buff, I think you're good to go. Because whatever you do, as long as the enemy is using a hard counter, then you are still cooked. They will still one-tap you at some point. So yeah, I think when it comes to build, you can build HP and attack on him. Some people don't like defense because a lot of characters or units or a lot of new EX out there ignore defense, but it's okay. Defense will still work because number one, some units ignore defense while using skill. So you can still benefit from defense when the enemy is using basic attack. All right, okay. So overall, this is Luffy. You are free to use whatever you want. If your playstyle is a defender, you want to be tanky, go for HP and defense. If you want to hit hard, give him some attack. And again, this will be based on your playstyle and what you want for your character to be, okay? But for me, what's working is I love damage. So I'm gonna go for a glass cannon metal build plus the Zoan and Grand Line support. So, who is the hard counter for Gear 5 V1? I still think the old counters can still counter this Gear 5. So, who are those old counters? Okay, this is the old counters, okay? EX, Onigashima Zoro, Albert, Akainu, and a lot of red units actually. If they catch you, they can still take you out, in my opinion. But in the current state of Gear 5 V1, we need to focus on the hard counters that is also good in the current meta. So, who are those units? Number one is Nusjuro. He hard counters this Gear 5 V1 completely. Next is Egghead Chopper, and the third one is Kubo. Also, if you are good with Akainu, you can pop Akainu in the current meta to deal with him, and not just him, but some meta units or characters out there. To be honest, Akainu is underrated though, but it's not an easy unit to use. Alright, so those are the hard counters that is also good in the current meta. And Kizaru, oh, I almost forgot about Kizaru. Yeah, Kizaru counters him, but to be honest, I can still work against Kizaru, so it's not a problem for me. So yeah, those are the hard counters that is also good in the current meta, and I think we don't need to check up every single counter for Gear 5 V1 if the counters themselves will just get hard countered by other units in the league. Anyway, just focus on these main hard counters and stay away from them if you can. So, is it really worth summoning for Gear 5 V1? Well, to be honest, my brother, he is expensive for a rerun. An old unit that worth 2.4k RDS is too much for me. He should be worth 1k RDS if we're gonna base on his actual impact to the meta right now. Imagine spending 2.4k Rainbow Diamonds just to get one tap by Nusjuro. Nah, that's not for me though, really. If I were you, I will save it and wait for 7.5 anniversary. So yeah, it's not worth summoning for him if you already have good units that can survive the meta. If your current team is doing fine in league, then you're good to go, my brother. Don't let OPBR bait you though. So, what is my final verdict? Well, I think he is decent and not too OP. Nusjuro can just stop him. Well, sometimes Kizaru can cook you up if you don't know how to properly counter Kizaru. Yes, you can counter him, by the way. Once Kizaru pop his skill 1, you can use your counter and survive the damage. It also works for Kizaru's skill 2. If you have amazing timing, popping your counter can knock down Kizaru when he's using skill 2. Timing is the key though. And yeah, Zoro and Sanji can still manage Gear 5 V1 in my opinion. That's why I think he is decent, but to be honest, I'm surprised that Gear 5 is the one who will balance the game. Not just Gear 5 V1, but Gear 5 V2 though. We can't even get a broken Gear 5 at least. Like the same as Kizaru level or Nusjuro level Gear 5 type of character. But I'm not here to complain, okay? I just wish every unit is like this, because once that happens, we can use a lot of different characters in a league without the game being toxic. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think he is OP or just decent to stop some units? Yeah, let me know in the comments. And you know what? That's it for this video, my brother. You know the drill. Stay salty and stay awesome. And Salty Rock now signing off.